What's going on, folks? So the band Aeon Gods finally have released a new song here called Ereshkigal. And I was a big fan of their first single. I think it was called The Beginning. A very fitting, very suiting name, title for their first song. But that's been months. And they got a new song here. I'm looking super forward to checking this out. So without further ado, let's give it a listen, shall we? Ereshkigal. Rangers, go. it's over. It's one of those songs. It's interesting. It's one of those songs where I can like just kind of keep listening to it because it just has a very nice flow about it. Not too many like real ups and downs. It's pretty consistent, but you're kind of just listening to it. This is one of those songs that the vocals can make or break a song, which I'll get to. But first thing I want to say is their costume design, exquisite. I mean, there's nothing cheap looking about their outfits. I mean, they went all out for their outfits, and I dig it. I mean, they look sick. So yeah, I just had to point that out. I love that the keyboard sections, like the symphonic elements, the bum 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 bum. It just really cool. Really makes it feel cinematic and grand. And their band name, I mean, is Aeon Gods. So and their outfits, it really gives this presence to the band to have this larger than life kind of sound, but not too crazy, but almost like regal sounding. You know, it just has this air of importance feeling about it, larger than life, but important, almost regal and powerful. And they really capture that in the music. And so I just think that is really, really neat how they do that. Yeah, I love the pacing of the song. I love the guitar work. The guitar riffs were really great. The drum work was super solid. And, you know, it's one of those songs where a lot of the music is kind of there as the foundation of the song, the backing of the song. And then the vocals really take the listener on the journey. You know, it's not one of those where the music takes you on the journey. It's really the vocals, and they did such a good job of creating this song so that the lyrics, there's quite a bit of lyrics. I mean, there's definitely a lot of storytelling being done here, but it's done in a very nice rhythm where nothing ever feels like you're suddenly smushing words together or suddenly just elongating words out of nowhere just to make the lyrics fit. No, I mean, everything feels like it precisely fits like a puzzle. And I always commend that. You know, I always think that's super cool when that's done. But so you have the vocals and the lyrics that are really kind of telling the story. And you have the music that's sort of like the backing sound, the foundation, the kind of enhancing of the sound, you know, to make this feel important. But then you have the vocalist who's got the difficult task on a song like this to really bring it home and to really deliver the lines. And this dude, I mean, this dude's voice, what a range, he seems so confident and almost even casual with the way that he delivers everything, but like whether it's lower or whether he goes up into kind of like a falsetto, you know, a little bit higher in spots, or just the way he says words. I mean, he's got such control, and I just dig his voice. And that's partially why I could just keep listening to this song, because you have this sick music, this killer music with a killer tempo, a killer pace, with symphonic elements in there with the keyboard, great guitar riff, you know, just great rhythm. And then you got this dude who's singing with just such confidence, but like just almost like an easy breeze. Just the way he delivers his lines. I mean, I was just enthralled by the whole thing, you know. And so you take everything together and it just creates quite the epic sounding tale that is fitting for their band name and their costumes and all of that. And I was just digging it. I mean, it's just one of those songs where, you know, it's not too much, it's not too little. It's like just right in that sweet spot to where I'm just vibing with it. And it could just keep going and going and going. And I would just sit here and just keep listening to it, you know. So, I mean, this band's got such promise. This is their second single. If I remember correctly, I really dug their first single. And this song is no different. They come onto the scene and they've got this uniqueness about them. You know, sure, it seems like there's some influences here and there. But, you know, for the most part, they really have this sound, this style that they've really kind of carved out that fits their theme and everything. And I'm all in. I'm all in. So yeah, really enjoyed this song. Like I said, I could just listen to this bad boy on repeat. It just has that feeling, that vibe. And then the chorus, at first, this is one thing I'll say. At first, I thought it was an interesting choice the way they did the chorus, because there's almost two parts in the chorus. One, it kind of slows things down a little bit. And the way the verses were going, at first I was like, oh man, I kind of wish that it just took off. You know, the chorus needed to be even grander than the verses and all of that stuff. And I was like, the way it kind of slows down, almost becomes a ballad, that first half of the chorus. And I was like, how do I feel about this? And then the second half of the chorus, like, it kind of kicks in a little bit more and keeps the same like melody and whatnot, but like, you know, there's a little bit more oomph behind the music. But I was like, this is interesting. But as the song went on, I got used to it, and I was like, you know, this is a bold choice, you know, because it going against expectation in a sense, because you expect a song like this to build up in the verses and then just soar. But it does soar in its own way. And it's like the more you listen to it, the more it kind of resonates with you, at least for me as a listener, that like this is super grand, like the chorus, and there's emotion behind it, and it's fitting for just the way that the whole song was written in general. So again, another thing that I found was really cool. At first, I wasn't sure about it, but then I was like, no, this is really a bold choice. Really cool the way that they did that. And they clearly know what they want to do and know what they want to craft, and they execute it that way and disregard what may be typical or expected. So I just wanted to say that as well. So yeah, really, really neat. This is a band definitely to watch. But let me know in the comments down below what you folks think of this bad boy here. And I'll catch you all next time. Ranger out.